Love Lost, an original short story by Jared I. McGee. Her skin ached and flaked with disuse and the oversaturation that the 18th century New England farmhouse afforded her. She clothed herself in the finest velvet, the gentlest satins, the deepest, darkest, velveteen embraces that a lower middle-class lady could afford. Still, the aging. The first spots came when her encounters with Gerald became increasingly infrequent. For a time, the two were inseparable, albeit that was in their heady youth, a time for pastimes, passions, and playthings. As they both collected years and the dings and deep gouges that come with the advancing time, the two held one another less and less. What was once such a love affair that a day held at least 3 inspired duets became a bi-monthly tryst. Then, a fleeting hour spent on holidays. Then, well, she honestly could not remember what his strong hands felt like anymore. The touch was it. She knew it, her deep, golden sheen that drew so many eyes in her youth, without the care of a needful hand to wipe away the grit of time with its passion, was eroding. A small circular patch floated away first. Next came a larger section of her bronze finish. By the end of the first week that she had noticed this dismaying decay, she looked like a quilt of different hues and tones, none of which as beautiful or as even as her previous youthful luminosity once was. She was never as beautiful as the models that society prefers to put on display for the world to see. She was a working man's goddess. But, with the right man to hold her, could she ever sing? Her throaty, volutinous voice could wrap its way around a Holiday or Fitzgerald tune like no others. That was changing with her skin too, though. More often than not, the confident notes cracked, exposing a ruined temple, a place that once demanded worship and awe, but now could only be experienced through the lens of pity. Today was a good day, despite the rot. Gerald came for her today, as he often did in the month of October. Whether it be out of nostalgia or pity or remembrance, she did not care. It always happened the same way, and she was always happy. He would sweep into the room as if he had never missed a day with her. He would lay her down, pick her up, wrap his hands firmly around her, and they would sing, they would wail, they would make fine, gasping, squawking music. Together. Then, his fingers would start to fumble. They would miss their mark. His mouth would get tired and begin to purse. He would gently put her down. He would sometimes still caress her, wipe her down, and give her a parting embrace. Then, as quickly as the reunion had begun, they would part ways again. Him into a life too busy for art and love and music and dreams. Her into a dark case to slowly fester into some more putrid version of what she was now. What she is now. And even so, she knows Gerald will come back to her. When he does, inevitably, remember that he once knew art and love and music and dreams. When he needs to feel the dark sensuousness of her and the music her remaining voice can produce. Theirs is a love that does not fade, even as her skin falls off in a detritus in her black cavern where she spends her solitary months and years. Her body, her keys, and her mouth all await his hands, his fingers, his mouth. Always. Always. Thank you for listening to Love Lost, an original short story by Jared I. McGee. The backing track for Love Lost was taken from the Free Music Archive at freemusicarchive.org. The Free Music Archive is an amazing community of artists that set out to help one another through the sharing of their art. These tracks are Dances and Dames and Night at the Docks, both from the amazing Kevin MacLeod. Please go check him out in the show notes. He is spectacular. A sincere thank you to Mr. MacLeod and the Free Music Archive for the contribution. These tracks are being used under a Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike License 3.0. As always, keep your eyes peeled for the next episode of Prose. See you next week.